Hello, crew. How is everybody today? I hope you had an awesome weekend, whatever you did, wherever you were. Some people are actually still in lockdown, so some people may have not done much. But today's live, as always, at the beginning of the week, is something to do with personal development, personal growth, something to help you be a better version of you, or just something to make you think. So I hope it's okay with you guys, but I'm just going to share something with you today. We're just going to have a chat today. That's why there's no hat today. I'm not your captain today. I'm just sharing something with you, but I do believe every now and again we get a reminder regarding things in life, and it's important to remember certain things. And so hopefully by what I share today, it'll just, maybe highlight some things for you. I don't know. We'll see what happens as we go along. But today we're just having a chat. Ordinarily, for those of you that haven't met me before, my name's Helen Martin and I'm your online crew captain, which just means I'm at service to our amazing crew here. So we have entrepreneurs, home-based business owners, direct sellers, network marketers, all of the above, and we are learning to leverage social media to build our businesses online. We're learning to attract people to us instead of chasing people all the time. So that's mainly what we concentrate on, and I go live for the most part 5 days a week at the same time, which is this time, unless I alert you otherwise, which I am alerting you now to tomorrow. I'm going to be live half an hour earlier tomorrow. Okay, so just a heads up about that. But my first live of the week, I just like to do something a little bit thought-provoking, because honestly, it's not the skills, guys, that's going to make you successful. It's not a Facebook ad. It's not a funnel. It's not a Facebook page. It's not Instagram. It's not all of that kind of stuff. It's you. It's you. It's the little voices in your head and where they lead you. It's how you treat people. It's how you learn to create influence and attract people to you online. Stay tuned actually with that, guys. Next week's boot camp is going to be very, very beneficial for a lot of you. So stay tuned tomorrow for that information. It's about it's seriously about you. It's about when things go wrong, how do you handle it? It's about how you communicate with people. It's just you. At the end of the day, you will make or break you in your business. So the skills are good. You need to learn skills. You need to navigate social media platforms. You need to learn funnels. Maybe you might do paid advertising. You might grow your business organically. Like, you grow how you want to grow. Everybody has a choice. But ultimately, it comes down to you. It comes down to your work ethic. It comes down to what you want to achieve. It comes down to how you handle controversy, how you handle complaints, how you handle lack of results, all that kind of stuff. Okay, and that's why this video of the week is probably one of the most important to listen to make you be a better version of you. Does that make sense, guys? So before I get into the content and say hello to some people here, I do want to share with you, tomorrow I am going live half an hour earlier. I'll put up the notification. The video challenge will be open in a couple of days. Okay, we start on the 29th of October. The doors will be opening to that again in 2 days' time. So you'll have a full 14 days to get yourself in, to get your friends in. It's free. It's only a 14-day challenge. So the doors for that are opening again in 2 days' time. So I'll remind you of that. And those of you that want to increase your influence on social media and learn actually how to attract people to you on social media, you want to be joining us for our boot camp next week. Okay, so I'll share more of that with you tomorrow. So who is here with us today? Let's say some quick hellos. Hello, Cynthia. Good to see you here. Hello, Sarah. How are you? Hello, Cindy. Good to see you on. Hello, beautiful Chantel. We've got Mel here as well, sending you love. Thank you, my dear. Sarah knows what I'm going to talk about. Hello, Christine. How are you? Hello, Sharon. Great to see you on. We got Hero as well. Anybody that appears like that, it just means that you are watching from the group. So I'm broadcasting in 2 different places, one on my business page and one in the group. If I can't see who you are, it means that I'm broadcasting, you're listening from the free group, and you just need to give StreamYard permission for me to see you. Now, there may be some of you here that had that permission and it's dropped off and you just need to do it again, because you only really should ever do it once. So that may be that person, I'm not sure, but you just need to click the StreamYard link at the bottom of the description above so I can see who you are. That's not relevant on our business page if you're watching from there. Hello, Laurie. I love your chats. Cool. Just as well. Hi, Aldith. Lovely to see you on. I don't know if you got my message last week, Aldith. I sent you a message. So just check that. Hi, Olive. Oh, yes. And happy Thanksgiving for those of you that are in Canada. Absolutely happy Thanksgiving. I know there'll be some that are not watching from Canada because you're busy, celebrating with dinners and stuff like that. But if you're catching the replay, hi to those guys. But absolutely happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for the reminder there, Olive. It's not the skill, it's the will. I love that, Mel. Very true. Yeah, love it, Mel. Absolutely. Hello, Michelle, different Michelle. So great to see you here. We've got Mella as well. Sorry, hang on. I lost my spot. Where did you go? Hello, Diane. Good to see you on Video Challenge. Sarah's in. Awesome. That'll be a first timer. Davina will be joining the Video Challenge. Awesome. Hi, Christina. Great to see you on. I haven't said hello to you for ages. Hello, everybody in the crew. We've got Teresa here as well. We've got Janet. Oh, Susan. So it's obviously just dropped off over time, which has happened with the changeover of the new Facebook. So just click it again so you can get back in. I know you've been here before. There's another one. So it looks like a few people have dropped off. Happy Thanksgiving. Look at all these happy Thanksgivings. Loving half an hour earlier tomorrow. It's 1 a.m. here. So you should be asleep, but it's awesome to have you on live, Hayley. So thank you for being here. Hi, Megan. How you going? Okay, so what I'm going to share with you is it's not personally me, but it is a sort of personal story, because there's only a couple of people that know that I went to a funeral on the weekend, and this funeral was to say goodbye to a family friend who's only 30 years old. I didn't know whether I wanted to talk about this or not, but sometimes, guys, you just feel compelled to talk about something. So it's just something you shouldn't do. And it's not my place to talk about how this person left our world, but let's just say it's not of natural causes. I'll just say that much. Okay? So it's a very real thing that people struggle in life. And you should never be saying goodbye to a 30-year-old who was just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful girl. And just have any of you been to a funeral of someone quite young? There's not a dry eye in the house. It's just something that we shouldn't do. People should be given the opportunity to live life to the fullest and get married and have children. And her partner, her boyfriend, obviously was there. Very complicated. I won't go into the story, but they've been together for 7 years, and they should have been talking about things like marriage and children and the rest of their life, and they led a really eventful life. But that is no longer an opportunity for him because she's gone. But I think I couldn't sleep Saturday night, Sunday night. It's just played on my mind for a number of reasons. There's a lot of questions surrounding it, which, leads you to think about that the real seriousness of mental health and talking about it, and getting other people to talk about it, and, not burying those conversations and helping people, through those moments. There's probably some of you listening now that, suffer in your own ways with certain things. And it's really, really important to treat that as a priority in your life so you can lead the best, life that you can lead. But it's one of those moments, I think, when you go to any kind of funeral, but let alone of a young person, it's just like, why? Just why? But it does make you think. I think these are reminders, and every now and again we need to look at this and, come back to those sayings that we all know, but sometimes you just need to come back don't sweat the small stuff. Don't concentrate on things that are not important. Don't argue with people about things that are not important. Tell people that you love them. Embrace your loved ones, because you never know when 1 minute they're here and the next minute they're just gone, whether that be through illness or through, other causes that we don't need to speak of here. But, just raising that level of awareness of, mental health, and living your life as if tomorrow, may never come around. So all these things that you guys stress about, we all stress about, especially in this industry. It's like, who cares what people think of you? You may not be here tomorrow. Who cares if you send that message and, it's not a favorable response? Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. So it's a good, I think it's just a good reminder. Do you agree, guys? Every now and again, you just have to check in with the possibility and the fact that you yourself, let's not put this into existence, but may get hit by a bus tomorrow. No, we're all at home, safe in our home, so that's not going to happen. But do you know what I mean, guys? Whether it be illnesses or just something freaky that happens, you think of my dear friends, Tim and Becky Graff, which I spoke about here, a number of months ago. They were camping with their 2 little girls, in Utah, and the flash flood happened. And the flood came from nowhere, and those 2 beautiful little girls were swept away and, were killed in the process. And Becky and Tim are still trying to repiece their life together. I think about them all the time. I just don't know whether I'm just a bit, I don't know, sappy, but it keeps coming back to me thinking about, this beautiful young family friend that we've lost and how she's no longer here, and it's just not right. But it does put into perspective, who you should spend your time with, what you should or shouldn't be stressing about. Don't sweat the small stuff. Try to live your life the best that you can. Remind yourself of these kind of things, when you're down and out and feeling about, stressing about maybe something you shouldn't stress about. It may be just a good reminder to just get over it and sort of move on. I hope you know where I'm coming from with this. I think it's just a good reminder. I don't know why I feel compelled to talk about it, but I think every now and again we just need to reassess what we stress about the little voice in our head and what it tells us, how we put ourselves down, how we overthink things. How many of you are an overthinker? I'm an overthinker. I'll admit it. I overthink things all the time. And that's not always a good place to be, because you stress about things that aren't really an issue and then you make an issue out of them. Everybody's got a different personality, but I just think, I don't know. I just don't know. My daughter is 30. So can you imagine life without her? Like, the mum and dad are now without their daughter, her brother's without a sister, her partner's without, her. It's a very real thing that, it should not be hidden. These days it's spoken about more commonly, which I think is amazing. I'm proud to be aligned with a company that's very big in this area and talks about it a lot and, can help in that area. It's just something that I think everybody should be aligned with in some way, to help somebody, with their suffering. Yes, several. It's heartbreaking, so sad. And the thing that gets, you'll know what I'm talking about if you've ever been to a funeral, and it just amazes me. So, like, her mum, dear lady, she knew my mum. So and most of you would know, some of you won't know, I lost my mum when I was young. So just, strong connections there. And she spoke beautifully. But as you get to the end of their speeches, you know what it's like when somebody just, they tear up, and you can't help but tear up with them because of the sadness, just the true sadness, that's going on. And for me, I could feel the tension in my head and my body, and you can imagine what happened to me for the rest of the weekend with Luckily, it hasn't developed into a migraine, but my headache and all of that, not that that's what this is about at all, but it's just so, incredibly sad. It is never nice, especially when they are so young. My daughter's friend passed away earlier this year at the age of 12. I can't fathom that. I'm sure I would be, but I don't know if I'd be strong enough if something happened to my boys. And I think of Becky and Tim all the time. Their girls were so young, 3 and 7. I just can't imagine life having 2 kids and then having no kids because of a freak accident like that. Like, it's just devastating. So appreciate the people that you have around you and your loved ones, and tell them. And it's not worth holding grudges, guys. It's not worth holding, any anger or angst, or you're being shitty with somebody. Communication, I believe, is everything. And if there's an issue between somebody, get on a call. Don't send text messages. Like, speak to people, speak to one another, sort out your shit, because it's not worth it. Thank you, guys. I'm fine. I'm just deeply affected by it. I find it so incredibly sad. And because the family are just such a beautiful family, you feel it for them. And I just can't imagine sort of being in that situation. Sorry to hear on late, but great message. No worries. The stigma around mental health is horrible. I would love it if it would just disappear so people can talk openly when they feel their need. There's still a long way to go, but at least people can talk about it now. Like, it was buried years ago. It just wasn't really talked about at all. So at least it's, coming to light a little bit more. Air hugs. Thank you, Christina. Had my share of those experiences. It's not easy at all. I spend time after wondering if I missed something and should I have done something. I never leave a situation without saying something. Everybody is so important, and sometimes that's the only job we have that day, is to tell them that they're loved. And seriously, I say this to my boys all the time. Treat people like you would like to be treated. So when they're saying nasty about something, a kid at school or between themselves, they're saying nasty things to each other, my 2 boys, I constantly say, treat people as you would like to be treated. And I think some people in the world need to look in the mirror and say that to themselves, because some people, that's why I did the act of kindness movement. We need more kindness in the world. We need to appreciate what we have more, gratitude, those kind of things. So practice gratitude, guys, but just don't sweat the small stuff, because you never know when you're not going to be here. Sorry to hear that. You are right. Live in the moment. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. And we all know this. This is not new. A lot of the things that I talk about on this first video of the week, it's not new stuff. But I think every now and again, it's worth raising the discussion and just talking about it. So if it makes somebody think and make a different decision for the better, isn't that a good thing? That's sort of where I'm coming from. Not sure who this is, but so sad after spending a week in hospital with my daughter and then back down to emergency. I thought I would be leaving this week. I'm not sure who that is, but my thoughts and prayers are with you, and I hope that's not the reality and that everything's going to be, okay. It's so hard to take in. I lost my brother when he was about 30 for the same reason. Oh, Olive, I didn't know that. And I know this might actually trigger some things for some people, and that's not a bad thing. Like, when I get upset about my mum, people don't know what to say, and, they get a little bit stuck when people cry and get upset, but I think it's a really good thing. And I often say to people, don't apologize. It's good for me to grieve about my mum, although it was so long ago when I was a little girl. You never lose, that loss of having a mum around. Just never goes away. But it's not bad. Like, me crying is not bad. It might look a little bit silly to some of you on the other side of the screen, but it's not bad. It's good to grieve. Okay, I think I need to get off this live video. Honestly, guys, don't feel sorry for me or anything. I'm fine. This funeral on Saturday really affected me. It's made me think and reassess. Ollie was really, really sick through the night last night. I was up with him all night and he was so upset because he couldn't sleep. He got so frustrated with himself that he couldn't sleep. It was just getting worse and worse and worse. So I'm probably a bit tired myself. It's all good. It's all good. And I don't feel bad for when I get upset about my mum or anything like that. I think we need to talk about these things. I think we need to share the emotions. I think we need to talk about this kind of stuff. So hence why I'm here, not really knowing what I'm saying, but I'm just sharing it because I think there's messages in there for whatever you take from that. There's a message in there for everybody about, just living life. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't worry about it, especially in this industry, all the stuff that we stress about. Just don't stress about it. Don't let go of the fear. Just, send your messages and do whatever you need to do. Who cares at the end of the day? Anyway, I need to dry my tears. I've got to get on another call. It's all good. Don't sweat the small stuff. Put it that way. Okay, that is my message for the day. I'm going to go and clean myself up before my next call. Remember, I'm live 30 minutes earlier tomorrow, and stay tuned this week because the video challenge doors are opening, and I'm going to give you some details regarding the boot camp next week, which could be really helpful to a lot of you. Okay, guys? I love this community with all my heart. I hope you don't mind me being sort of a bit vulnerable sometimes and just sharing whatever's on my heart. I hope you're okay with that, but I really, really appreciate you guys and this amazing community that we have here. Okay, so all smiles tomorrow. I'll see you then. Bye.